Have you ever wondered what your pet is trying to tell you when they bark, purr, or chirp? Animal communication is a captivating subject that has intrigued us humans for centuries. It's an intricate system that varies greatly from one species to another, and it's a world that we are only just beginning to understand. The way animals communicate is a testament to the incredible diversity of life on Earth. From the melodious songs of birds to the intricate dance of bees, each form of communication is unique and serves a distinct purpose. But why should we care about animal communication? For one, understanding it can significantly improve our relationship with our pets. Imagine being able to decipher the meaning behind your cat's meow or your dog's wagging tail. It would open up a whole new avenue of connection, wouldn't it? It's not just about knowing when your pet is hungry or wants to play. It's about understanding their emotions, their fears, and their joys. It's about stepping into their world, even if just for a moment. However, understanding animal communication is not as simple as learning a foreign language. It's a complex system that involves not just vocalizations, but also body language, scent marking, and even electromagnetic signals. Each species has its own unique language, and even within a species, there can be regional dialects. Moreover, animal communication is not just about conveying information. It's also about influencing the behavior of other animals. A bird's song, for example, is not just a melody, it's a signal to potential mates and a warning to rivals. A dog's growl, on the other hand, is a clear message to back off. So as we delve into the fascinating world of animal communication, let's keep an open mind. Let's appreciate the complexity, the diversity, and the sheer beauty of this system that animals have evolved over millions of years. Unlocking the secrets of animal communication can deepen our connection with our cherished pets. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with the latest news and research in pet care. But how do animals communicate, and what does their communication mean? This question has piqued the curiosity of scientists and pet lovers alike. Let's delve into the fascinating world of animal communication to unravel the science behind it. At the heart of animal communication are three primary channels: sounds, body language, and smells. Each channel carries a wealth of information, and understanding them can offer us a glimpse into our pets' minds. Firstly, let's consider sounds. From the chirping of birds at dawn to the purring of a cat, animals use a vast array of vocalizations to express themselves. These sounds are not arbitrary. They serve specific purposes such as expressing joy, fear, or signaling danger. For instance, a dog's bark can vary in pitch and volume, each variation conveying a different message. Next, we have body language. Just like humans, animals use physical gestures to communicate. The wagging tail of a dog, the arching back of a cat, or the fluffed feathers of a bird, all these are forms of non-verbal communication. They can indicate a range of emotions from happiness to fear, or even aggression. Lastly, let's not forget about smells. Many animals, especially mammals, communicate through scent. They produce and release pheromones, chemical signals that can convey a plethora of information to other animals. This could be marking territory, signaling readiness to mate, or even indicating social status. The fascinating part is that these channels often work together, creating a complex and nuanced language unique to each species. By studying these signs, scientists have been able to gain profound insights into the emotional lives of animals. It's like cracking a code, where each sound, gesture, and scent carries a piece of the puzzle. So, when we start to pay attention, we realize that our pets are saying more than we might think. They are constantly communicating with us, expressing their emotions and desires, all waiting for us to understand. In the next part, we'll explore how different animals communicate, adding more layers to this intricate web of animal communication. Each animal species has its unique way of communication. Let's delve deeper into this fascinating world. Let's start with man's best friend, dogs. Dogs communicate with us through a combination of sounds and body language. When your dog barks, it could mean a variety of things, from "I'm excited to see you" to "I'm bored." Their body language too speaks volumes. A wagging tail often signifies happiness, while a tucked tail could indicate fear or submission. Now let's move on to cats. Unlike dogs, cats are more subtle in their communication. A purr might be a sign of contentment, but it could also mean your furry friend is in distress. Their body language, just like dogs, can be quite telling. A cat with an arched back and fluffed up tail is probably feeling threatened, while a slow blink from a cat is akin to a kiss in cat language. Next up, birds. Birds have a wide range of vocal sounds, each with its own meaning. For instance, songbirds use their melodies to attract mates and mark their territory. Parrots, on the other hand, are known for their ability to mimic human speech, which they use to fit in with their flock, in this case, their human family. But it's not just about sounds. Many birds use visual signals too. The dance of a peacock, the puffing up of a pigeon, or the display of a bird of paradise. These are all ways birds communicate their intentions. Communication in the animal kingdom is not just about expressing needs or feelings, it's also about survival. Many animals use sounds, body language, and even scents to warn others of danger, find a mate, or establish dominance. So the next time you see your pet behaving in a certain way, remember, they're trying to communicate with you. Understanding their unique language can help us form a deeper bond with our animal companions. Interpreting animal communication isn't always straightforward, is it? There's a whole world of subtleties and nuances that we, as humans, often find hard to grasp. Animals don't communicate in the same way we do. They don't have a structured language or syntax. Their communication is much more about body language, sounds, and chemical signals, and it's this difference that poses one of the biggest challenges. While we can understand some basic signals, like a dog wagging its tail or a cat purring, much of animal communication remains a mystery. For example, we know that elephants use low-frequency rumbles to communicate over long distances, but we don't know what they're saying. Or take birdsong. We can appreciate its beauty, but its full meaning eludes us. Moreover, there's a significant variation between species, and even between individuals within the same species. A gesture that means one thing in one species might mean something entirely different in another. Even within the same species, one individual's behavior can be interpreted differently based on its unique personality and experiences. Understanding animal communication requires patience, observation, and learning. It's about watching and listening, picking up on those subtle cues, and learning to interpret them. It's about understanding that animals have their own ways of expressing themselves, which might be very different from ours. Also, it's important to remember that communication is a two-way street. As much as we're trying to understand our pets, they're also trying to understand us. They're watching our body language, listening to our tone of voice, and picking up on our mood. They're learning to interpret our signals just as we're learning to interpret theirs. So while interpreting animal communication can be challenging, it's also incredibly rewarding. It's a journey of discovery, a chance to see the world from a different perspective, and an opportunity to build a deeper connection with our pets. Remember, understanding your pet takes time and patience, but the rewards are well worth it. So, how can understanding animal communication enhance your connection with your pet? Well, just as with any relationship, communication is key. The better you understand your pet's methods of communication, the stronger your bond will be. And remember, it's not just about understanding them, it's also about responding in a way that lets them know they're heard. Imagine if every time you tried to express your feelings or needs, the person you were trying to communicate with just didn't get it. It would be frustrating, wouldn't it? That's exactly how our pets can feel when we fail to understand their communication cues. Now, you might be wondering, how can I better understand my pet's communication? Here's where the science we've discussed comes into play. By understanding the basics of animal communication, you can start to decipher your pet's unique language. Each pet will have its own unique ways of communicating, but there are some common signals that many animals use. A wagging tail, a purr, a chirp, or a hiss can all convey different messages. By observing your pet closely, you can start to understand what these signals mean in the context of your pet's behavior. But understanding is just the first step. Responding appropriately is equally important. If your pet is showing signs of stress or fear, for instance, it's crucial to react in a way that helps them feel safe and secure. Conversely, if they're showing signs of happiness or excitement, responding with enthusiasm can help reinforce those positive feelings. And remember, communication is a two-way street. Don't forget to communicate your own feelings and intentions to your pet. Use a consistent tone of voice, maintain eye contact, and use physical touch like petting or scratching to show your affection. Over time, your pet will start to understand your signals as well. So the next time your pet tries to communicate with you, take a moment to listen. You might be surprised at what they have to say. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for new pet care content every week.